Hi guys, welcome back. Today's topic is hold and park documents. This topic is basically for end user transactions. It does not have any configurations. Just for your recap, uh, just to tell you, just to connect this video to my previous video, in the previous session we had these topics: tolerance maintenance, posting key, creation of controlling area, and GL postings, as well GL reportings. Reports include FBL3 and old, FAGL03 and FAGLB03, which were taken up in my last video. Since we have started posting the transactions, let us explore some more options for an end user when he posts the transactions. Basically, hold and park documents, you must be convinced by now that hold and park documents are like holding a document kind of thing. Yes, this is the main concept here. I just give you a brief about this. There are no configurations at all in this thing. Basically, hold document and park document are kind of storing a document temporarily. You can call this way: storing a document temporarily. Correct. Both of them do not have any impact on my books of accounts. They do not have any impact on my books of accounts. Let me correct this typo. Okay. So what do they do? If they don't impact on my books of accounts, they are stored temporarily. So what? What is the basic difference? Let me first tell you what hold document is. Once I explain you what hold is, then we can go up for park documents. Yes, these two are separate topics, hold and park documents. First, we are taking up hold documents. Very simple thing. Hold documents. For example, there is a transaction, there's an accounting transaction to be posted as such. It's like this: expenses account. Okay, it's debit. Expenses one, let me put it this way. So there are, for example, 6 expenditure accounts. These are the amounts. Yes, 100, 101, 102, and so on up to 105 rupees. And credit is one of my employees or my vendor, or you can even use cash or bank account. Credit, the total comes up to 615. This is a transaction to be posted by a user. Let me repeat. He's supposed to post expense debit to cash and bank credit. He's supposed to post this. For example, let us assume he does not have this information of 103. He is not sure what the amount is, or he's not sure for the two amounts, 103 and 105. He's not sure. For example, these are vanished. What do you want him to do? This is part of his daily transaction or weekly or monthly transaction. He can get this information later on in future, probably after 1 day or 2 days later. So in this case, he can at least enter this information in the system and store it. Careful, I use the word store and not post. Posting means posting a transaction into the system. Affecting my books of accounts? No. Here, system cannot even post the document because the amounts are incomplete. The debit and credit does not match. Correct? He does not know what the credit is unless he knows what the total debit comes up to. There are two missing figures here and here. Right? So he can hold the document by entering this thing so that it does not affect my books of accounts and the user need not enter the whole thing again. So he can at least temporarily store his work or a partial work or work in progress thing. Okay, now let's get into SAP system and I'll demonstrate to you how the whole document is posted. So how do we post a GL document? Let's go to navigation. This could be a quick recap for you. Accounting, financial accounting, general ledger, document entry, and FB50. Document date being today's date, it's 01/03/2018, currency INR and so on. Hold document is the heading of my transaction. And the company code is 9001 by default, which we have been using for last many videos for configuration postings. GL account, I currently have only two GL accounts, 4 lakhs and 1 lakh. Debit, credit, amount 1000. Okay, let me do it this way. Let me make it simple as my example. Now, this is the case where user does not know amounts for these two items. Yes, these are basic expenditures, of course. What do you want him to do? He knows that the GL is rent expense, but he does not know the amounts. So, can you save the document? No, the amounts are not matching. Let's try. What does the system say? Amount is 0, line item will be ignored. Look, in this special case, system will ignore this item because there is no amount here. Okay, I don't want to do that. So I cancel the save option and go for hold option here. Yes, this is what I was talking about, hold. And just to its right, you will find pub document. So now you come to know that these are basically user transaction processing, you can say that. Now, going back to hold, click on hold. System asks you for a temporary document number. Note this point. System asks for a temporary document number. What could be the number? There is no hard and fast rule what number should be. In fact, it can be alphanumeric as well. Look, since it is a whole document, what I could do is, this was for my expenditure paid because the journal entry I was using is expenditure debit and my cash account credit. So basically I'm paying off for the expenditure. So I would say expense for dated 1st March and click on hold document. So what does it say? Document was held. Correct. So there is no more document here. What do I do now? So you have now held the document. You have also given it a name so that you can recognize it in the future. Now, assuming that user is given the information such as this is 103 and this is 104. So now user receives this information. What do you expect him to do now? He has the information now. So ideally, user should go back to the held document and insert these amounts. All right. So let's go back. Yes, it's the same T code FB50. This is where he can choose his hold documents from. Here, he can either go to edit menu and click on select held document. So the system gives him a drop down here and select. This is one way of selecting the document. All right. Next. Or he can go to tree on. So I've just reset the transaction. He can go to tree on and go with held documents here folder, expand the held document folder and double click on this file thing. So there you are. So what we observe here is, as I already told you, there was a warning when I was holding a document that any item or any GL having zero amount against it will be ignored by the system. If a user wants to retain that GL as well, he needs to enter a certain value, 1 rupee, 2 rupee, or whatever. All right. So I will have to re-enter these things: debit, debit, and credit. 100, going as per my example, 102, 103, 10. No, it's 103. Okay. Oops, sorry. So the total is 406. So now my document is complete. Can I post this now? Yes, you can, because my debit and credits are matching and I already have the complete information for my journal entry. Posting is using this orange diskette or Control S. So now this is no more a special case of hold because the document is now posted. Now you may ask, how about that temporary document which was created? That is now vanished because it's been used off. As you can see, there is no expand option here. It's just a dot here that you cannot expand this held document because there are no contents in it. So that's it for the held documents. What were our observations? And one more thing regarding observations, I need to show you whether it impacts my books of accounts or not. Let's see if it impacts my books of accounts. So uh, let me hold a document, hold doc 1, careful, hold doc 1. So this is my doc for credit. This time I'm giving complete amounts and I'm holding it. What would happen? Let me give the number test underscore hold. I did nothing new. What I did was I only held a document, but in a fast pace because you're already very much you have already seen how I post a document. Next, where do we check our line items or postings? It is in FBL3N or the new T code FAGLL03. It's up to you, whatever you wish to use. 4 lakhs to 1 lakh. This is my service account to my expense account. Sorry, expense to, and my cash account. My mistake. What's that? Okay. What? Okay. Let's learn something from here. It says lower limit is greater than the upper limit. That means I told the system to show me the account from 4 lakhs to 1 lakh. That is my expenses to my cash. This is not the correct way because the selection should be in an ascending order. It's 1 lakh to 4 lakhs. Now, please do not get confused when I say 1 lakh, 4 lakh. They are not amounts, they are my GL account numbers. Okay, folks. Here, this 406 is the second document which I just posted after holding a document. This was the posted document. But can you show me the document which I just held? No, you don't find that. Got my point? That does not impact your books of accounts. All right. So let me post that held document. How do I go there? The second way of doing that, tree on, expand the held documents. There you have hold. There it is. Now let me post the same document. Document number 3 was posted. Let me refresh this report FAGLS03. I'm using Alt Tab. Please be concentrating here. Now when I refresh, there you go. It's document number 3 with 1000 rupees posted just now. So what does that mean? Whole documents do not have any impact on your books of accounts. They are not posted into the books of accounts. They are only for temporarily storing purposes. Okay. So what was our finding? It does not impact my books of accounts. So these are a few points. Next, we are done with whole document. Let's move on with part documents. Now, basically, what are the characteristics of a park documents? Let me tell you. This is similar that it is stored temporarily. It does not impact my books of accounts. All right. So you may ask, why didn't you copy this option, temporary document number? No, I don't want to do that right now. I'll show you how it is done first. Then we talk about the characteristics. So we move on to same screen, FB50. To show you, I'm just exiting the transaction. Going inside FB50. Let me just free off this. So when is this park document used? Basically, park documents are used when there are some tolerances issues or tolerances maintained in the system. So this is kind of approval where the documents require certain approvals, the park documents are used. For example, a user who is basically not given authority to post, not to post. He's basically an end user. Next comes a manager or an associate manager who has an authority to post. So since the manager has an authority to post, doesn't mean that he would be entering debits and credits and amounts of each transaction. Instead, it would be Mr. User who would be entering the transactions but not posting them. The manager will be posting the transactions. Right? Understood what the difference is? Now, user after entering the transaction will park the document and manager will post the same document. Let's see with an example. Here, going back to FB50, similar date. This time I have an heading park document. Document type being SA, let it be. GL account, fine. I'm fine with these accounts always. Amount this time I can take as 5,000. Is that I have already posted few items or transactions with 1,000 rupees. Let's post with 5,000. No hard and fast rule anyways. So currently assuming that user is parking the transaction. So just click on park because he does not have an authority to post. If a user tries to post, when he's not given an authority, system would give an error message saying that you're not authorized to post. Yes, this is basically how in businesses work. So he cannot post, so he can only park the transaction. Let's see. Wow. What does the screen say at the bottom, the message? This is worth noting. Let me tell you, let me repeat, this is worth noting. What does the system say? Document 49001 is your company code, was parked. So document 4 was parked. What was my previous document number? Let me take you to FBL3 and report so that you have a clear view. Look, it was document number 3, which was latest posted. So the next document is 4, but it is parked, not posted. So this is an observation we find in the parked documents. Excuse me. That temporary number is not assigned. Yes. Temporary number is excuse me. Temporary number is not assigned. Instead, regular number interval is used. All right, as if the document is being posted, but in reality, document is not posted. It is only parked. You can clearly see the message here. It is parked, not posted. Okay. Now let us check the FAGLL03 report. Here we are. Let's refresh. Where? I don't see it anywhere. The document number 4, I have already refreshed it. No. All right. So you understand? Now, let me take you to the other report which we have already discussed in my previous classes, previous videos, the FBL3N report. FBL3N report is old, but at the moment, it can give you more conceptual clarity. Under FBL3N, I mention my GL number, all items, and there is an option of parked items here. This is in the old report. In new report, you don't find this. Just click all items, parked, and execute. Oh, what's the matter? Okay, 10 extra. Fine. So what do you see here? Let me also enter 1 lakh here and 4 lakh here. So I'll have two GLs to be seen here, cash and expenses. Now you see 5,000, 5,000. You may say, sir, it is impacting our books of accounts. But do you see anything strange here? I see something strange. This yellow triangle here, yellow pyramid. This means that this transaction is not posted yet. Yes, this transaction not posted as it says. When you just hover your cursor over this icon, the tooltip explains it all. It's parked item. Got my point? Now, unless I check mark this park and go with normal items, you won't find this item anywhere. Understood? So system only displays, normal means system displays only those items which are posted in your books of accounts. And when you deliberately choose park, then system decides to show you park documents as well, but separately. I hope you understand the concept, saying that it does not impact my books of accounts, right? And it does store the document temporarily. Now, can you delete a park document? My question, can you delete a park document? Yes, of course you can. I'm just whole document, just aligning the things in a proper way so that it's easy for you to understand. Just give me a moment. Now, what's basically whole document? These are the points, and park document, these are the points. Let's find some more things. So let's go back to postings. As I already told you, let's see how to delete a park document. This is also a very important interview question. Can you delete a park document? Answer is yes. Then the question comes up from the interviewer. If the answer is yes, then what happens to the document number? In our case, the document number for the park document is number 4. If this is deleted, then what happens? What about my next document number? Any guess? The next document number would be 5, of course. Though the document is deleted, it still has the traces for audit purposes that this document was deleted. Right? Only the number is kept, not the whole document. It still stays in the system, having a trail that who deleted this document and for what purpose. All right, because this is a very important thing. Skipping of document number is a very serious issue in IT systems, because these are not manual books of accounts where if an entry is gone missing, you can just find it out. No, it's a computer system. So auditors have a very strong hold on the document numbers. They want to keep the document numbers in series, and their main concern is why are they skipping or where are they missing, right? So the document can be deleted. Let me take you how to manage the parked documents. We are already into accounting, financial accounting, general ledger, and document. Further, well, currently I'm using my keyboard cursors, the arrow keys. Parked documents. Next, FBV0. Well, for your information, this parked document folder has all the activities for a parked document. Please take a good look of this later on. You can have many more experiments here. Let's go on with post or delete. System says, what do you want to do with this? What is the document number? I said the document number is 4. If you don't know what the document number is, go to the document list on the top, just execute, giving the company code. System shows you all the parked documents in your system. Currently, I have only one parked document, so system is showing only one. Double click. There you are. This is my parked document. Well, one question which most of you should have is, okay, I'll just explain this later on. Okay, coming back to this screen. Can I post this document now? The manager. Yes, of course he can because he has rights to post. If you remember my GL postings video, the first time where we had postings, my previous video, I shared that what happens if this is not green and neither green or not red. This yellow, what does this mean? Yellow means that it is not yet determined because in parked documents, system did not check the totals of debit and credit. System can park the documents without the proper debit or credit totals. So let me post the document now. It has proper debit and credit totals. I know. Let's post. So now the document 4 is posted. The same document number, please take note of this. The document number which was parked, the same is posted. The next number does not come up as 5. All right. Let's see in my GL reports now. I just refresh it. What happens? Look, now 4 appears as a regular posted item among other items which were posted earlier. There is no yellow marked pyramid here stating that it is a parked document. This is now completely posted document. Right? Now, coming back to question, one of you might have a question saying, so when whole document and parked document are stored temporarily, why aren't they used for the same purpose? My exact point is, coming back to this scenario, where a user cannot post, manager can post. Agreed. User enters the document and manager posts the same. So user uses parked document. My question is, why cannot user use hold document and temporary hold it? What's wrong in that? Nothing. Let user hold the document and let the manager post it. I hope you must have got this question correctly. What I'm trying to frame. Let me repeat. If you are bored, just forward it. I'm still repeating. A user cannot post, so he has to temporarily enter a document. So he used the functionality hold the document, not park. A manager who is able to post will be posting the same transaction. What's wrong in this? Why should a user use only park document, not the post? I'm not the hold. Now, reason is hold documents are visible to the same user only, not the other user. I hope this clarifies. If anyone had the doubt, hold documents are visible to the same user, then how can you expect your manager to post? Hence, the documents are at user level. Very important. These documents are at client or system level. Got it? At user level means that only a specific user can use this transaction. A client means any user in the system can see the document or use it. A whole document can be seen or used by a single or the same user. I hope you got the differences between whole and park documents. Let me summarize them. Whole document is for storing purposes only, temporarily storing. Same with park document. Whole documents are at user level, which cannot be posted or seen by other users. But whereas park document is at client level. In whole document, temporary document number is manually assigned by the user, but in park document, temporary number is not assigned. It is taken from the number series of the number range assigned in document type. Whole document does not have any impact on the books of accounts. Same, park document does not have any impact on the books of accounts. All right. I hope you got the point. These are the basic differences between hold and park document. Once you get command over them, I'm definitely sure in the interviews you will be able to explain this more fluidly to your interviewer, and he would be very happy. I have taken many interviews and I ask these questions in a very general way, and many of the interviewees are up to the mark, but not all of them basically. They only have an overview of what hold and park is, that these are basically temporary transactions. But not many of the students know that other users can see or cannot see the document. All right. So this was all with hold and park documents. One more thing which I told you, deleting a park document. I cannot show you right away deleting a park document. What you can do is, this is an exercise for you. You can even change that park document or delete it through here, FBV0. Just go to FBV0, and when you find a document, on the top, document and delete, then the document will be deleted. This is very basic, so I'm not covering it right here. I want you to just have a look around the park documents. So we are done with hold and park documents now. In next video, I may be starting the accounts payable section. So see you in the next video. See you in the next session. Thanks for your time.